It's said that it takes 3 to 5 years to grow your own avocados from fruit, and I don't know if I believe that, so that's why we tried it. And this is what happened. And even if it does take 5 years, you know why it's worth it? Because if humans can live till 100, technically we could grow 20 avocado trees, and that means endless avocado. Well, one day I decided to buy 20 avocados to see if I could grow some of the seeds in my own backyard and shape some of the others to become crazy bonsai warp trees. But little did I know the journey that lay ahead. So everybody, brace yourself for impact and buckle up because you're in for a wild ride with these avocados. I carefully opened each avocado one by one. Some were kind of mucky and some were really nice and green, and you know that we made some guacamole out of this. I was dedicated, y'all. This took a long time, not 3 to 5 years, but I finally got the seeds out of the avocados. And you know, sometimes I think about why they call it rush hour when nothing moves. Well, that's sort of how it felt to grow these avocados. It takes a long time, but the destination is worth it. But we all want to get back to the story, so
this is what happened.
I cleaned those seeds and washed them, and then I peeled the outer layer of skin off of each seed because I figured that could help promote the growth faster and it might prevent them from molding over. Again, it's like rush hour.
It takes a long time, okay?
You gotta have patience. But finally I got all of the seeds ready to get to their next home. Just take a look at how chill my new roommates are. They just sit there, they mind their own business, and this stuff is exciting, okay? But this is what happened next. I got a piece of saran wrap ready so that I could individually wrap each seed, spritz it with water. You gotta do that 3 times a day. Finally, they were ready to go. I sealed them all up in a plastic bag. I placed them in a sunny spot. Although some botanists like to keep them in a dark, shady place, I think that the sun helps promote growth. And as the weeks passed by, I carefully tended to each seed, spritzing it religiously. I became a religious spritzer, okay? And I watched with fascination as they began to sprout. Now, as the days went by, I began to see that my avocado seedlings were beginning to grow longer and longer. I loved the progress, but little did I know that I was about to face a few challenges. Some of the seeds began to turn black and I
Wasn't really sure why.
and I had to make sure that I had to separate those from the healthier ones. So I put them in their own bag and I kept checking them.
I don't like to throw seeds out.
But the ones that turned black, I eventually had to throw out. Listen, I've never killed a plant before. I just give them an extended vacation from life. That's how it works. And remember, we started with 20 avocado seeds and not all of them will grow. And you know, I like plants because
They don't talk back.
unless you forget to water them, then they get pretty vocal, but they're just the ultimate roommate. Listen, you win some and you lose some. We ended up with 4 successful germinating avocados. I noticed that after a while, the seeds began to turn green, so I figured they were ready to get into their next home and get placed in some water. Sometimes you can just plant them right in soil, but I have had better experiences starting them off in water first. So we did exactly that, and
Again, you're only gonna want to do this if you have patience because
this part takes about 3 or 4 good long months. I ended up putting them in the same home,
To germinate.
and 4 months passed. This is what our avocado started to look like. After a little while, you could see that the roots were sprouting and they were ready to go. But if you're familiar with this channel, I'm from Canada, specifically Toronto. The winters are harsh. And what happened next was indescribable because the winter came, huge storm. And even though it shot up like a 12-year-old boy going through puberty and looked like this, during that storm, the squirrels came and used some of my avocado seeds to feed their families of 20. I got a garden dog who guards these squirrels, quite literally, and we were inside at the time that it happened. One of the avocado trees was severely damaged, and now we don't just have to worry about the storms, but we have to worry about the
squirrels.
So I had to put barriers up and protect them and put toothpicks and anything and everything that could help stop these squirrels from coming and taking the seeds to feed their families of 20. Well, don't forget what I told you about the part about patience, because with patience comes time and effort. But I refused to give up. I spent hours every day nursing my avocado trees back to health. Finally, the leaves began to grow back. I figured out how to deter the squirrels, and our avocado grew back.
That's why you should never throw your plants out, okay?
And I felt happy that I'd grown these avocados because I still had others to work with, but I knew the challenges I overcame weren't just nothing. And I figured, well,
Bonsai tree.
let's grow this avocado into a bonsai. So I took the tree, shaped it up good, morphed it the way that I wanted it to. I was a little scared to cut off too many leaves, and now it's just chilling with my other avocado plants. I'm really excited because apparently if you shape up your avocado tree when it's young and fresh and the roots are still bendable, it will grow that way, and you can grow trees in different shapes. So I actually did this with a couple other ones too, but it's just such a rewarding feeling, okay? Overcoming all of these challenges, knowing we did this from scratch. We're capable of having our own avocado family and keeping them alive. And in the end, I honestly learned that anything worth achieving takes hard work and perseverance. This journey, although it's far from over, growing 20 avocados from seeds into my own backyard grocery store and some into funky, wacky, warped
Bonsai trees.
it taught me that even when faced with challenges and setbacks, I could overcome them with patience, dedication, a little bit of love. And just so you know, if you're doing this at home, you're gonna want to cut some of the leaves off if you're turning it into a
Bonsai tree.
I probably could have cut a few more of the leaves off, but I was a little bit too afraid. Even though it takes time and patience, you can always do it later. But you know what? I have lots of avocado trees, some of which have even grown into much, much bigger trees, ones that I have not turned into bonsai trees.
Or fed to the squirrels.
And as I enjoy these new trees and the warped ones too, I feel a sense of pride and accomplishment that I now carry with me. Remember, success is not final and failure won't kill ya, but it's the courage that counts, the patience that counts. What I always say is the world is your oyster, but the calm is your peace. And these funky roommates bring all the calm. So till next time, where we try to grow 20 mangoes and see if they sprout into baby plants, because I've always had failure with mangoes, but failure won't kill ya. Now we just have to wait about
5 years.
our avocados to grow. But we're gonna have a grocery store soon, trust me. So you don't have to be a crazy plant lady like me to try growing an avocado. That's the long story short. But if you did want to grow your own avocado tree, all you gotta do is go to the grocery store, get your avocados, remove the pips, wash and dry them, peel that outer layer of skin off of your seeds to help promote
Germination.
and from here, you can either put toothpicks in your avocado and put them straight in water, or you can do it like us and wrap your seeds individually in damp pieces of saran wrap that
You religiously spritz your
become a religious spritzer just like us. And from there, you wait and you watch the growth of your avocado plant, continuously transplanting it into its new homes when it needs it. And therein, you'll be a new plant parent. So if you want to try it at home, let me know if you do. I cannot wait to hear updates from you. And one last thing, if you are going to grow your own avocado plant, you're going to want to make sure that you have 2 avocados growing together so that they have higher chances of actually fruiting in 3 to 5 years, because you need a male and a female plant if you want to produce fruit. So thanks again for watching. Until the next video where we try different experiments with plants. You know that I love you guys